Happy Wednesday, my friends. It is time for a devotional video on your Wednesday to give you some good news and get you through the rest of this week. The gospel reading for this coming Sunday is one that we're likely familiar with, that we probably grew up hearing in Sunday school. It's the parable that Jesus tells about the vine and the branches. He basically says, I'm the vine, you're the branches. If you want to bear fruit, to bring goodness into the world, then you have to be connected to me, because only through your connection with me can you bring goodness into the world. Now for me, that is timeless wisdom. It has so much application for our daily lives, and it can help us in our spiritual growth, in our relationships, even in our mindset. I believe it can have psychological benefits as well as spiritual ones. The bottom line is it's a story that calls us to evaluate and continually reevaluate our connection with God through Christ. So as we do that self-evaluation, that self-reflection, we should ask ourselves, am I happy? Am I where I want to be spiritually? Am I fulfilled? Are the gifts that I have being used, and are they being appreciated? Because you can't ask one without asking the other. You see, part of the challenge for us in our spiritual walk these days is, what are we connected to? We're inundated with anger, with negativity. What are we connected to? I would say that there are a lot of toxic things that can grab our attention, that can pull us toward them. Things, toxic people, toxic organizations. And yes, that can even include places of spirituality, of faith, and of worship. And you know they're toxic places because, well, there's no fruit there. They're not bringing goodness into the world. They're not bringing compassion and love into the world. They're not creating hope in the hearts of individuals. You know, one measure of toxicity, especially personal and organizational toxicity, is, are you angry around this entity or not? Does it bring you happiness? Are you encouraged when you leave their presence? Or are you just more frustrated? Perhaps our frustration meter should be a very good way to measure how we're doing spiritually. I believe we need to be willing to evaluate our connection with Christ and our connection with other things. And chances are, as you reflect on this passage and as you're going into the rest of your week, you can take a look and ask yourself, what is it that I need to disconnect from in order to be the best version of me? What is it, who is it, where is it that I need to let go of so that I can follow Christ's call on my life in a way that benefits me, those around me, the church, and ultimately the world? Everyone loves to be around someone who makes them feel better, who has an encouraging word. That comes from being connected to something greater than you are. So this week, be that person who bears fruit. Be that person who brings out the best in other people. Create love, kindness, compassion, mercy. Those are the secrets that can change the world. And that, my friends, is good news. On a personal note, if you've enjoyed the videos, consider sharing them and subscribing to the channel. Our very own honey badger, Stan Lee, says that if you subscribe, you will be blessed.